Sleep is nature's restorer. Sleep is how your body repairs itself. You're a bit like a battery, you use your cell phone all day and you charge it overnight. And if you keep charging it for a minute or 5 minutes, the battery just keeps draining away. And humans are rather like that too. We need to sleep, and we need to sleep a lot, and we need good quality sleep. And before electricity, we used to sleep a lot more and eat a lot less, because when it was dark, we went to bed. We got out when it was light. Whenever I go to Africa, really into the remotest parts of Africa, I noticed that where there's no electricity and you only have the stars in the sky, you go to sleep when it's dark and you get out when it's at light, and you get into that rhythm, and it's so good for you. But of course, we live in a different world now. We have electric light. Our brain doesn't really know anymore when we're sleeping. Even when it does, we fight it. My eyes are burning. I'm a bit tired. I want to watch this show. I want to read more. I want to stay on my computer for just a bit more. So how do you go to sleep? Well, that's the problem. You don't go to sleep. There's nowhere to go, and you definitely don't fall asleep. And your primitive brain, which is still happily working away inside your very modern body, understands things that make sense. When you go, I must fall asleep, I've got to fall asleep, I'm trying to fall asleep, falling on the whole is not a great thing. You don't fall asleep, and there's nowhere to go. So if you are having problems sleeping, stop saying, I'm trying to fall asleep. There's a lot of problems with that expression. I am trying to fall asleep. First of all, trying implies failure. No one says, I'm going to try and pick up a spoon and eat my yogurt. I'm going to try and pick up a pen and write down. I'm going to try and get out of bed and go to work. You don't try, you do it, or don't do it. And then falling is a very confusing word to the mind, because the mind links a lot of energy to words that are painful. You don't go anywhere, sleep comes to you. So do this instead. When you get into bed at night, you say to yourself, sleep is coming to me. Sleep is descending upon me. Sleep is dropping on me like a mist, covering me like a blanket. If any of you had children, you'll notice they do something interesting. In the middle of something, they fall asleep. I just use the word fall, but it's okay. You see how much it's wired into our vocabulary. My daughter was playing in her sandbox when I went out, and she was fast asleep, sitting bolt upright. Sleep comes to them right in the middle of doing something. They can fall asleep in their high chair right in the middle of being fed, because they don't try to go to sleep. They let sleep come to them. And when you get into bed and say, sleep is coming upon me, sleep is descending upon me, sleep is coming to me, it will come to you. And many years ago, I was in a hotel with my husband and one of his business partners who went, oh, I've got to go to the airport now and fly back to England. And I hate that transatlantic flight. I can never fall asleep on a plane. I have real problems falling asleep on a plane. I stay awake all the time. It's exhausting. I said, well, a plane and the words falling are not a really good combination. Why don't you get on the plane and say, I put on my seatbelt, I'm all snuggled up, sleep is descending on me, dropping on me, coming to me, staying with me until we begin to land. And he called me and said that was the most amazing thing. How could that work? I did that. And I slept all the way from LA to Heathrow. I woke up when they put on the overhead announcement saying we're descending. I said, well, you told your brain a different story. The way you feel about everything is down to the pictures you make in your head and the words you say to yourself. So change the words. Sleep is coming to me. Sleep is descending upon me. Sleep is dropping down and covering me like a mist. This quilt or these sheets are wrapping their arms around me, and I feel so secure, so safe, so comfortable. And I sleep right through until the morning. And if I happen to wake up, the minute I get back into bed, sleep descends upon me again. So I listen to the words of people who can't sleep, and they go, well, I just can't sleep. I stay awake for hours. I can't fall asleep. I can't get to sleep. I can't go to sleep. And even if I do, then I wake up, and then I can't go back to sleep. because they're trying to go somewhere where really in bed you are going nowhere. You don't go anywhere in bed, you stay there. You love your pillows and sheets and you allow sleep to come to you. So take a minute now and think about how you talk about sleeping. And realize if you change your words, it changes everything. Your words shape your reality. The words you use to describe going to sleep, falling asleep, and getting to sleep are confusing your mind because you don't go anywhere, get anywhere, or fall anywhere. Change your words and you'll find you sleep better. And then don't do that other stuff. I can't sleep in noise. I can't sleep in light. I can't sleep in hotel rooms, strange beds. If I hear a ticking clock, it keeps me awake. If it's too light, it keeps me awake. You see, you're conditioning yourself to sleep under only the perfect conditions, and babies sleep anywhere. Ever been on a train or a plane and seen the person next to you is asleep and their mouth is dropped wide open? Sometimes we try really hard to stay awake because we're watching a great movie and we find sleep coming upon us. I often am watching a show and I can feel sleep coming to me. My eyes start to run. I just close them for 2 minutes and listen to the dialogue, and then I wake up and think, oh, what happened there? I'm in bed with my book on my laptop and I just shut my eyes for 1 minute and I wake up hours later and think, what happened? What happened is sleep came to me. So change your language. Do not have a clock by the bed. That is a terrible thing. They did some studies where they took people who had no idea how much time they were sleeping. They were in a closed environment, no clocks. And they were sleeping for 5 hours, but they thought they were sleeping for 8. And they did really well. But you see, if you do that, oh, look, it's 3 a.m, I'm still not asleep. I've got to be up at 7. I've only got 4 hours left now to get some sleep. Only got 3 hours. I'm still awake. I never have a clock by my bed, and I never would. Put your clock on the floor. Do not look at it. And keep telling yourself, I was born with an amazing skill of sleeping. I was born a perfect sleeper, and I am reactivating, remanifesting, regenerating, and recreating the skill that I was born with. Perfect sleep habits are coming back to me and they're staying with me. I get into bed, sleep descends upon me. I don't need to look at the clock because I sleep deep, restoring, beautiful sleep. You can say unbroken, but if you do happen to wake up, it's okay. Go to the bathroom and then go back into bed and say the same thing. Sleep is coming back to me. And do the opposite of I can't sleep in light, in noise, or disturbance. Say I can sleep anywhere. I sleep in light. I sleep in noise. Because if you fall asleep on a plane, you're sleeping in light and noise. Or a train. People fall asleep on a beach. Hello. It's bright light and it's kind of noisy. So it just isn't true. People fall asleep on car journeys. We tell ourselves these crazy things. The room must be just right. No heating, the right temperature, no sound, no light. And you're conditioning yourself to not sleep. Whereas if you say I can sleep anywhere, after all, I did that as a baby. I fell asleep on my mother's shoulder. I fell asleep in my dad's arms. I fell asleep in the middle of a noisy event because we all do that. So I invite you to enjoy perfect, deep, unbroken sleep by telling your mind the truth. I was born with perfect sleep habits. They're coming back to me with hardly any practice. And if you tell yourself the minute I get into bed, sleep comes to me. I can sleep through anything. I'm a good sleeper, a great sleeper. And I wake up in the morning feeling rejuvenated, restored, refreshed. I promise you it will become your reality. The way you feel about sleep has got a lot to do with the pictures you make in your head. I can't sleep, it's too noisy, it's too hot, it's too cold, I've eaten too much, I haven't eaten enough. I can't stay asleep because I haven't eaten enough, or I ate too much, or I need the bathroom, or someone's car alarm is going off and now I'm going to be awake all night. Don't tell yourself negative things. You know, I got on a plane recently and I trained myself to get on a plane and sleep immediately. When we landed, the woman next to me said, wow, I looked at you, got on the plane and went to sleep and you woke up when it landed. How did you do that? I said, well, I condition myself to do that. I tell myself planes are for sleeping. I get on a plane, I go to sleep. I've done it so much. On a daytime flight, sleep comes to me. And she said, I wish I could do that. I said, I'll send you my recording. I sent her a recording called Perfect, Deep, Unbroken Sleep. She wrote to me and said, wow, I've just become like you. I now sleep all the time. And you can do that too. Animals sleep in noise, in light, in heat, in cold. Babies do it. You did it once. You can do it again. I wish you every success. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We all know people who sound plagued by the lack of sleep. And by the way, when you're asleep at 2 a.m., your body is repairing everything. If you are always awake at 2 a.m., your body sets aside the whole process of cell repair. So if you can help people sleep, you help them live longer, function better, feel better. So please share this with anyone that you know that's having issues sleeping. Share, subscribe, like, and please comment. Let me know how I can help you more, how I can serve you more. If you have an issue, a problem, a challenge, write to me and go, hey, Marisa, I'd love your help with this. It will be such a pleasure for me to help you. I love when people say, wow, I'm sleeping better than my own children now just because of what you taught me. Remember, you were born perfectly able to sleep and you are perfectly able to replicate that. I can sleep anywhere, all over the world, in noise, in light, in any situation, because I taught myself to. And now it isn't what I do, it's who I am. You can do exactly the same. I wish you a joyful sleep tonight and every night. And it's yours to take because you were born with that ability. Thanks for tuning in. See you very soon. Sweet dreams.